All right, let's just do this. Let's get this thing going. Hope everybody is doing well. We got Kennel Mine in the house. How are you, Kennel Mine? Thank you for being here. Freaking awesome. Thanks for throwing those channel things up. Can y'all hear the music in the background? Is that too loud? How's the audio coming through? Hopefully, we don't have any audio issues this morning. It appears that the audio is working fine. I don't look quite like a giant raspberry this morning, still kind of have a little bit of a red face, but slowly getting that under control. All right, so quick, let's say hi to me, AZ Coins. AZ Coins, thank you for coming in. I'm a dude stacker, appreciate you coming by saying hi, hanging out with the Frostbite Nexus. Appreciate you stopping in. As I said before, hey, Jackalope, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here today. All right. We're gonna give it just a few minutes and let, everybody come in and hang out and say hi. If for some reason you feel like you just wanna hang out, come up on panel, up in the corner there, there is a, link. You're more than welcome to come on up and talk. We're gonna be doing just some generalized chit chat today. Chris G, thanks for coming up. Appreciate you being here today. I'm going to do some generalized chit chat. I've had a couple people ask about the eye surgery. For those of you who don't know, I had cataracts, had the right eye resolved. And so I'll give a little bit about that. One thing that I did talk to my ophthalmologist about was I got to watch some of the procedure. And so I told him that I was going to draw him a graphical visual reference of what I was seeing during the procedure. So I'm going to share that with you. I think it's actually turned out really cool and actually quite close to what I was seeing during the actual procedure. Um, so I'll share that with you guys, just kind of an oddity, strange, oddball stuff. William E., thank you for coming in. Farm Dog, hey, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. Good to see you here. Snoopy Stacks, what's up? All right, we got Shift Kicker in the house as well. Thank you so much for coming in. Um, but like I was saying, I've got this little graphic interface that I'm building for that ophthalmologist, kind of show them exactly what I was seeing. It'll help inform them on the health of my eye. I think I put together a pretty good representation of what I was seeing during the procedure. I think you guys will like this. If anybody's had the procedure done, if you remember what it looks like, please let me know. And for those of you that can see that the right side of my face looks like it's been punched, I'm actually, you can see that there's a stripe here and then across here. The eye patch that I have to wear at night, I found out that I'm actually allergic to the uh, uh, adhesive. And so found out the hard way. And so my faces broke out around where the adhesive was. So if I look like a giant raspberry steel, I tried to work on the coloration yesterday. I look like a cherry tomato. At least today, I don't have a nearly as red face. I still do have some red face, but anyway, we'll do the dermatology corner next weekend. I do have a couple goodies here. I have something that says "Stop, you cannot open," and then I have one of the only 2 or 3 things that is going to be purchased from the mint today came in, and that is the 2023 proof peace dollar. So I'm going to open that up and show everybody that here in a little while. I'm really happy with this. I love the peace dollar. It's one of my favorite designs. So I'm really happy to have the proof version of this. I'm not going to get the regular one. I just wanted the proof. It's a gorgeous coin. Has good high relief on it. Really, really solid strike. But heard kind of mixed reviews about the Morgan, so I'm going to wait and open the Morgan up for everybody here today. All right, let's see who else came in. So I already said hi to Chris G, Farm Dog Shift Kicker, Kino Mine. That's everybody so far. All right. Well, again, if you want to come up and hang out and visit and chit chat, there's a pinned link up there in the corner. So please feel free to do so. Shouldn't have done that. Now I got this green aura around my head. La, 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 la. Let's see if I can get that to go away. I changed my settings on this a little while ago, and when I change it to green screen, I get these little dragon teeth up here in the corner. I'm going to go ahead and leave those little vampire fangs that come down and look like something's trying to bite my backdrop. But anyway, I no longer look like Swamp Thing or something. I'm just going to periodically have this um, vampire teeth appear out of, which is kind of actually not bad because it's frostbite, right? Yeah. So it'll look like I purposefully did this, but yeah, it's a planned graphic. Yeah, that's it, right? All right. Well, I got 8 people in the house this morning. It is early on a Sunday. I did start a couple minutes early. But we're going to go ahead and get into this and start this chit chat. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do is I told you guys this just a moment ago that I wanted to share my screen. The thing I'm about to show you, um, if you haven't had, if you haven't had any kind of eye surgery, the way that they perform the eye surgery, I'm going to tip my glasses down a little bit so that I don't get the glare. Um, they don't put you under general anesthesia. They actually just um, give you a sedative. They numb your eye, put eye drops in it, and then give you a little bit of an injection. And then through your IV, they give you something to kind of calm you down a little bit to just take the edge off, relax your muscles, so you sit there and relax, kind of hang out a little bit. But the one thing that I asked is I asked the ophthalmologist, the surgeon, do you mind if I actually watch the procedure? I'm interested in this stuff. I love doing this kind of thing. I'm fascinated by the advancements in medicine. And they were like, well, as long as you can remain still and focus where we tell you to focus on. If we say look right, you look right. If we say look up, you look up. If you'll do that, then that's fine. But if you start trying to look at the monitors and everything else, then we're going to have to cover your eye and do that. I said, that's fine. So what I'm about to show you is what I was seeing in my right eye. Now, this is my own personal interpretation of what was actually coming through. Hopefully, it shows up on screen. It's a kind of a large file, so it takes a little bit to show up. But what was happening was that as they removed the lens from my eye, is it going to show up? There it is. As they removed the lens from my eye, I no longer could focus. So I could see the little lines kind of going through, and I could see where they were pulling out the lens. When they pulled out the lens, I couldn't see anything. And then they moved the light. And when they moved the overhead light over position, I could see the 2 lights. And this is the representation that they had. So this is as close as I could get it to what I remember seeing during the actual procedure. And it was 2 red, green, purpley, blue, like, your standard RGB. And they were over and under, same formation as what was in the light above. And what was happening is when they would shift the light or whatever, these things would glisten and move and go back and forth, and they would kind of bounce around in color. Well, when they started to put the lens back in the eyeball, I started to get, that's what you can see kind of at the top and the bottom. I started to get glimpses of images. So I could see like the light in the one portion of my eye, and then I could see like the ophthalmologist in the other. And then it would go away and they would fold the lens up and they would lay it down. And then I would see little bits and pieces of stuff. But this is the representation that I put together for the ophthalmologist so that they could actually see kind of what I was seeing during the procedure. This is going to kind of better inform them of the quality of my eye itself. And I thought it was pretty cool um, putting it together. I thought this was something that I know a lot of people have been uh, reaching out saying, hey, how's the eye? How you doing? How's the recovery? But this was something that I was doing to kind of further the discussion of medicine with my ophthalmologist. and I thought that I would share with you all. So I'll go ahead and take that back off. Hopefully, you guys thought that was pretty cool. Chief Stacker, thanks for being in here. Brown Sugar, thank you for being here. EMR Coins, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys stopping in and saying hi. Again, I know that's way off topic, but again, today is about chit chat. It's about little goofy things. So again, if you want to come on up in the corner, um, there's the link. You can go ahead and click on it. Come on into panel. We're just going to be chit chatting today. What I'm going to go through next is I'm going to scoot a little bit closer, and I'm going to show you this. And this is, again, this is one of the only things that I'm going to be purchasing from the United States Mint, and that is the Proof 2023 Peace Dollar. Now, again, I opened this up yesterday, and I was actually quite impressed with it. It's actually a very nice coin. Now, I'm getting a lot of refraction from the lens if I do that, so I may have to take that back off. It's got a really nice high relief, really good, solid, deep cameo, reflective fields. I really enjoy the Peace Dollar. I know a lot of people would prefer the Morgan, but I'm really happy with it. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews from people receiving coins through different programs, whether it be the Innovation Dollar, whether it be the Navy coin, which are currently on back order. And then here's the reverse. But again, good, solid, deep reflective fields, good, solid strike. And I know it's not the best at focusing this close because it's still trying to pick up the back end. Hopefully it comes into play. Oh, well. Anyway, but it's a really nice coin. I am very happy with it. But I also got the Morgan dollar, and I've heard some people say that the strikes on the Morgan dollars weren't as nice. Now, being the Proof, I'm hoping that it was only in the regular strike that people were having that issue. I know that there's a lot of people that are like, well, I'm not even going to send my Peace Dollar in. I'm starting to phase out. So let me go ahead and go back to the other one. I knew this was going to happen, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to this. There we go. And that goes away. But I have this thing that says do not open, right? And I'm going to open it anyway. I've asked a couple people if I should wait. I asked a couple people if I should wait and send it in, what they thought about it. And they're like, well, if you come back with a Proof 69, you basically wasted your money. And so I decided to not send this in for grading. I'm going to look at it first. Again, there's been a number of people who have sent their boxes in before they opened it. Now, I know that there's a lot of people in the stream that would also say, don't open the box, leave it sealed, right? But this is for my personal stack. I'm not going to be doing anything with these. I'm not going to be turning it over. I'm not going to be sending it off for grading. This is just for me to be able to have these two particular items. I did miss out on the 2021 because at that time I just wasn't collecting. And so when they came up, I wasn't really paying attention to it, wasn't really watching it. And some of those are going for, 3 times what they went for. Yeah, exactly, me. That's exactly right. Why have it if you're not going to enjoy it? So here is, and this is the San Francisco as the Proof. Oops. Well, I'm going to have to change this again. Let's see if I can do this to where now I'm still going to have that, but it'll at least hold that. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. And I haven't seen this one before. This is the Proof, and it's got a nice strike. It's I don't know if that's going to come through. It's not in focus, and unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to with this screen. I'll take some better photos of it and post it on my community page later. Um, the strike is pretty good. I'm just not satisfied with the Morgan. I don't like the stylized change that they made. It's not the same. Uh, it's it's a pretty coin. The reverse is the same, right? The reverse is gorgeous. I love the reverse on this. Um, Again, it is that deep cameo. It does have that really nice deep reflective fields. Roxzilla, hey, thanks for coming in. Um, Appreciate you being here. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. Jeff Davis, I did miss you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Hey, Chief, if you have a minute and you're bored, come on up, hang out with me, bud. Um, but there's something about the Morgan dollar that I don't like it. I like the old ones, right? And if you put the Morgan dollar and the peace dollar together, I'm going to take the peace dollar all day long. I just prefer the peace dollar over the Morgan. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't like the peace dollar as much. I absolutely prefer it. I do like the certificate of authenticity. The certificate of authenticity is very nice. It's put on a little bit thicker paper, um, and they didn't include the mintage on the certificate. I was wondering if they were going to do that. I believe it's because they actually have changed the mintages. I think they've increased the amount of proofs that are going to be coming out. So I don't think that they put that on there because they are planning on doing that. Let's see. Agreed. I like the peace dollars over the Morgans. Yeah, there's something about that particular design. I mean, if you put them side by side and you look at the two, the piece is just nicer. I mean, I really like, um, no need to grade at Frostbite. It's a proof 69. Yeah. And that's the thing. But here's the thing. If it comes back proof 70, I'm going to take my glasses off and see if I can do this. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Still battling with two different prescriptions until I get my left eye fixed. Um, the problem is if it comes back proof 69, then you're not there's nothing to gain, right? You only really benefit if you get that proof 70 grade. So if you're really looking for one, wait till they go up. They'll come back down after the initial rush is over, and then you can pick one up. Um, it's just one of those things that, yeah, the reverse proof. I got it. They're just, it's I love the reverse. I mean, you look at the reverse maple. It's just a stellar looking coin. There's something about having that frosty relief, and then it just looks so much better, in my opinion. Um, that was really weird. Okay, sorry. Got some sort of notification on my screen that StreamYard was closing, but it didn't close. I'll have to find out what's going on. Had a couple technical issues so far this weekend, and it's been mildly aggravating. But anyway, I will get it on the secondary market. Yeah, and again, you're purchasing from the mint. Um, it's kind of hit or miss whether it's going to maintain its value or whether it's going to go down. A lot of times people buy in bulk and you can actually buy it cheaper on the secondary market than you can. These were $80 from the mint. If you're going to get proof 70, they're probably hit 150, 170. Proof 69s maybe get to 100, 125, maybe. I don't even know if they'll go that high. Maybe $100, because they are going to incorporate some grading fees. But yeah, I'm not going to have these two graded. I'm just going to keep them and set them aside. If the numbers start to come back and the MS70s are really, really, really low, I may take them to somebody and have them really look over them and say, what do you think? Do you think there's a potential for a 70? If there's a potential in one of these 2 coins, I may send it in. But if you get your standard, you know, 20% of the coins that come back in MS-70, or, 12% or whatever it is, I'm just not gonna mess with it. If I wanna get an MS-70 variety, I'll just purchase one later. Um, Dave Carnahan, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you stopping in on the stream and hanging out with us this morning. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share those with you. This was something that came in the mail after the stream yesterday, so I didn't have the time. Plus, yesterday with the stream having issues with the audio, cut about 20 minutes of my time off yesterday, and it's it was aggravating. So I didn't get to do a lot of the stuff I wanted to do. One thing I do want to do, Chief says, just received reverse proof maple yesterday. Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. I absolutely love the reverse maples. I don't know what it is about the reverse proofs. They just jump out at you. It's just there's such a good solid image. I like the maple. There's something in the maple that looks really clean on the reverse proof. I like the maples anyway. They're good looking coins, but just those reverse proofs are just sharp. Killer Strider Gaming, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you stopping in, saying hi, hanging out with us a little bit. So, for those of you that were in the stream yesterday, I want to go back and kind of finish up talking about that topic. Now, I'm not going to bring up the information that I brought up yesterday. I'm not going to go through all the chaos of trying to figure that out. Bite Frost is doing well. She is out with her mom. They're actually probably on their way to church right now. She's doing some volunteering at church. And so she's probably, if they're not already, then, oh, my wife is asking me. Sorry about that. My wife is traveling back, and she's in Dallas, almost home, and she was letting me know where she was at. But yeah, Bite Frost is doing really, really well. Continuing to do some great art. Matter of fact, I think you guys have seen this before, but we're doing the final thing, and that was the Phantom. And it's not going to do this because of this goofy green screen. Ah, hate this. But anyway, we're working on this. We've got the mat ordered. We found the frame size and we found that stuff. So that should be done here pretty soon. I'm really absolutely sick and tired of StreamYards after using OBS. It's so much better, but now I get all this fractory stuff and I don't know how you resolve that. Okay, change my screen. No, still going to look at the same thing. Try to change a couple screens. Nope, it's not going to work. We'll just leave it where it was. And I will just deal with it. I hate nasty video. Drives me crazy. This one, I'm going to wait and see. We're going to get the matting done. I am going to get the mat and I am going to get the coins set. But what we've done is we've identified the frame so that we can actually get the dimensions of the frame and actually let people know what frame this mat goes to. So we've got the part numbers, we got all the order numbers, so that if somebody wants to put that in, but we're definitely going to be. Oh, this freaking video is driving me crazy. I'm just going to stick with having green hair. I'm going to look like the Hulk. Okay. Just, you guys are going to have to deal with the fact that I got green hair today. But instead of trying to ship something that is fully framed, which is going to cost way more than the art piece would, it's just so much easier to have the mat done, have the coins mounted, have the frame, the picture mounted, and then ship that, and then tell people what the item number, what the unit number is for the frame, and then just have them order the frame. So, hey, Ringmaster Ray, brother, thanks for coming in. I know he's in for just a little while as he prepares for church as well. So, thank you for spending a little bit of your Sunday morning with me. I do appreciate it. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get back kind of to the conversation that we had yesterday. So, for those of you that weren't here or were mildly frustrated with all of the issues, rawr, um, frostbite smash. um, the uh, the conversation was about logo types or logo punches, and basically what it is you have up until 1909, and this is a piece of information that I did not know. So fortunately, Paula came in and actually was able to correct me because I was giving out slightly incorrect information, but she set me on the straight and narrow. And that was after 1909. They included the dates in the original die. So prior to 1909, they punched everything by hand, um, utilizing logotypes. And the logotypes or the logo punches were either a single digit, 2 digit, 3 digit, and then they would do combinations. So it'd be 2 by 2, 3 by 1, 1 by 4. Or in some cases where they had multiple runs, then they would do they would be able to do all four. So the reason that I wanted to explain that and wanted to show that that was important was because there was a particular coin, and I'm going to go ahead and actually pull up this particular coin because I do want to share the one that was really cool. This is the one that I found absolutely fascinating. And when you're looking through different varieties and errors, so let me get to shorts and let me open up the. I think this is the image. That is not the image. It's right here. Okay, so I've got these two images up. I'm going to share my screen here. Just a second. Let me go ahead and do that. Brother Ray,
What's up?
man.
So I was thinking you're talking about those logo types. The only thing I can really think, because they were hand punched, right? Would
Say that
they?
one more time.
You said they were hand punched. The dates.
Prior to 1909, they were hand punched. Now, they had, so pre 1939, exactly. That's exactly, I mean, see, Ray's jamming. So
So
pre 1939, they would punch each individual character one at a time.
that is a lot of work for them to
Yep.
have to do that.
And then Christian Obrecht, who's one of my favorite designers and also probably my favorite mint director, developed logo types. And these logo types or these logo punches were combinations of dates. So it would be like 18 or 1880, or so it'd be like 188 or 187.
Right.
And so then what would happen is they could use a 2 by 2 or a 3 by 1 and then utilize that to create the master die that was specifically used for the date. Now, see, this is awesome because Ray is actually doing a demo of what happens and how they would go through and they would punch the information. So, exactly. So, they would have to do that for every digit. Lot of work. And so he developed this little process improvement strategy to create these logo punches that had a 2 by 2 or a 3 by 1. Now, the 3 by 1 was important because the 3 by 1 could be utilized for a number of years. So, for instance, if they had 3-cent nickels, and they were going to do 1865, 1866, 1867, they could do the 1860, so 186, and then they would only have to change the last number when they went to design their what they call the date matrix, which was a master die specifically for dates. They would still hand punch it, or had punch that master hub into that working die or whatever it was to punch the date. They would actually have to do that themselves, but instead of having to do each individual letter, they would do it either a 3x1, or they would make it to where that master die hub, or that master die date die. I get that mixed up. Made it a lot easier. One thing that also helped is that they could build this one and then send it to the other mints, and then they could utilize it to ensure the same dates. Yeah, see, that's exactly what
So
they
there
would do. So what Ray has there is a logo type, a single 1x4 logo type. And so if you split those in two, Ray, so that's what would happen if there was a 2x2. And then what would happen is, instead of those two digits being two separate punches,
Mhm.
it would be molded into one.
Correct.
And then the 3x1 would be the three that were molded into one. And then they would utilize that last one. And
Yep.
the
So
reason that this is
this would be the
important,
constant, or these two would
again,
be constant. So, like, these two would be the constant, and then you could weld the other two in for that year. So,
yeah,
and they would just constantly
yeah.
punch it.
And so what they would do is they would actually have a single die with a date on it, and then they would boom, right, and then they would do it that way instead of having to do each individual number. Now, the reason that it's important to understand the logo punches or the logo types, depending upon what you want to call it, is when you understand the minting process, you can begin to understand why certain things happen. So you can begin to look at certain varieties, or look at certain things that happened, and be able to identify what was going on to say, yes, this is a mint error or a variety, or this is post mint damage. And so being able to look at those things, this is why I wanted to share this information with you. Now, again, I'm dropping a video on Wednesday and a short on Tuesday, that's going to be talking about 1873 3-cent nickel. And what year is that?
1829.
1829. Outstanding. Okay, so I'm going to be building up um,
And then
this. Go ahead. Keep talking, Ray.
so you get the 1829, and you flip it. See if it'll come into view a little better. See where the 1 cent is there?
Yep.
I had bought this, didn't even realize it. I was going to resell it, but it's got a pretty good rotated die.
Yeah, that's
A nice,
about what, 9%, 10%?
let's see if it was here. It's almost about a 45 degree.
Is it that much?
Yeah, because it's, instead of it being straight up and down, it's completely 45-degree angle.
Yeah, me says usually errors end up in a lawsuit, but if the mint makes them, people collect them. Well, the,
Yeah,
the
very true.
mint is not the only place in which that happens.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things. You get anything that is an error can be done. There we go.
Yep.
All right. So this is the 1844. Now there's something specific about this that I want to share. This is a variety called the 1881 over, or 1844 over 1881. So this is probably one of the most grotesque die rotation errors issues on a date because they actually inverted. So I'm going to come over here so you can see my mouse. They actually inverted these numbers, and so it's an 8 and a 1. And you can see the 1 behind the 4, and then you can see the curvature of the 8 here and here.
Yep.
You can also see the top of the 4 here, or the top of the 1. So, or is it the 1 or the, I think that's the 4. But you can see that it's upside down. And the reason that it's important to understand that this was a 2x2 logo type or logo punch. And what happened is they rotated that logo punch backwards.
Yep.
And that's how this particular error occurred. And so when you understand how or what the items are within a particular error or variety, like, so when something happens, you look at it. If you understand the logo types and you look at how this, well, how can you get an 1881 44? That's, almost 40 years later, they wouldn't have been making the dies. Well, you can see that they inverted that. So understanding that there was a 2-date logo punch helps you better understand how this particular variety came into being. And again, as you'll hear different people say, and you'll hear me say this all the time because I'm an avid believer in this as well, understanding the minting process, right? If you don't understand the minting process, then you're missing a lot in coins. If you're looking for varieties and errors, you're missing a lot because you really need to understand the minting process to be able to understand what's damage and to be able to understand what is an error. Now, me is said something in chat. Now, I've talked with him about this, and this is actually really cool. And I don't know if me is available. I would love to have him come up and show this. So me has a Dansko album. It's an Eisenhower album. Okay. But when you open it up, all of the detailed information is about the Liberty Head $50.
That's weird.
Yeah. So it's the right book. Oh, you don't have a web camera. Okay. Well, take your phone, do a short on it. We'll send everybody over and we'll have them look at the short.
So I ordered this album, nickel album, but there was a problem with the internal parts when they mailed it to me. Can you tell what the problem is? The nickel album, right?
Well, yeah, a little bit of they won't fit in there for one.
Yeah, because it's the quarter cutouts. It's the whole quarters. But that was a Jefferson nickel. Yeah. So I had called them and they sent me a new one because the internal pages were all quarters instead.
Yeah, but see, here's the question. Those are just a screw up with the insert.
Yep.
Where the book that me has is actually the inside informational sheet.
Oh yeah.
That's actually on the cover. That's actually a collectible item.
Well, wow, I didn't know that. For the dance codes?
Yeah. So because they don't make them anymore.
You're right.
Right. So that error's been around for how long? So the question is does he put the dollars in it or does he just keep the book and buy a new one? I told him to keep the book and buy a new one.
Yeah, exactly. I never checked them out.
Or did I tell you to use it? Actually, I think I told you to use it. Use it, and it's a, people look at it, it's a discussion piece. But yeah, so I mean, anyway, it's just one of those things where let's go ahead and get back over here. Understanding these types of items, really understanding the minting process, being able to look at the information and go, oh, That's because they reversed the die punches. Okay, I can understand exactly how that occurred, right? My error yesterday was not understanding that that practice stopped in 1909 and was talking about the mercury dime, and because of that, I basically gave misinformation. The misinformation was this, that, mercury dime, they actually did an overdate on the master hub. So they tried to carve in the 42 over the 41, and they didn't take care of the 41 well enough. And you ended up with an actual, what Paula said is not an overdate, but actually a doubled die.
Yep.
And so if you look at the 1942 over one, most of your listings are actually going to show it as a double die, not an overdate.
And it's a
Um,
very expensive coin. They're about $1,000 a piece.
they are. And if you all know Philip the Board, it's probably the only Merc dime that he needs.
Yep.
He's got all the rest of them, so he's looking for a good one of those. Um,
I hunt for them every time I get a bunch of Merc dimes. I'll go through and look right specifically for the 42s, looking for it. I was wondering if
are
mine.
they illegal to own as it's the government's property? Perplexed. Um, not sure what you mean, freaking.
No,
There
most.
are.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
most
Ray.
errors, most errors are just known and overdates and all of those things. The government doesn't care about. What they really care about is when they have an experimental piece that somehow got out into the public that wasn't supposed to be and was never approved by Congress. Now, if the coins are approved by Congress, it's not an issue. Like the 1974 aluminum penny was never released, never approved by Congress, and is not legal tender. And but some of them did get out, and because they were handed out to Congress to look at, and was never approved. So if you have one, most collectors will never tell you that they have one because the government then can confiscate it, even though it's like $1 million coin.
Just like the 1933 gold double eagle.
Yep, exactly.
That's another one that you know that they estimate that there's probably 20, 27 of them out there,
Yep.
but they're not authorized. There's only a couple that are actually authorized to be in private ownership hands.
I'm trying to look at my 44 and see if I can.
Here's a trivia piece for everybody. What was the last dollar amount that the gold double eagle 1933 fetched? It's an amazing amount of money.
Probably about 5 mil.
Higher.
Oh my goodness.
Significantly higher.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah. So,
Like,
okay, one of our Googlers, come on. All right. So I'm going to tell you, well, I'll give you a couple more seconds. I'll let the Googlers throw something in there. 18 million, or no, higher. Um, well, if you look at the,
Prince of Saudi probably bought it.
I think it was probably somebody like that. It could be 12. I think it was 18 million. Um, I think it's 18.6 million, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but because there were, actually, I did a short on it. I'll have to go back and watch my own short to remember. But there was a baron, a wealthy baron, who turned in 3 coins. The 3 coins fetched $32 million. They were
Wow.
all gold coins. But the piece de resistance was the 1933 double eagle, and I believe it fetched it, and it might be 12.8 million or it's 18.2 million or something like that. I'm going to have to go back and look at my own short now to remember which one it was, but an exorbitant amount of money, and that's because there are only very, very few that are authorized to be in the public's hands. Just
Mhm.
like the is it the 1905 V nickel?
No, the 1913.
1913, there's only 5 of them.
Yeah.
And actually, they think there's only 4 left because they believe one of them got destroyed.
Yeah, that's the big one is the 13.
Yeah, crazy, crazy, and those were done for the 4 brothers. But there's also Ray was talking about, errors leaving the mint not being a problem. There is a problem if the mint worker purposefully makes an error.
Yes. It's yeah, it's intentional, which has happened.
It has happened, and, it's cost people some, careers and a whole lot of money.
Mhm.
There was one, if I remember the story right, they had emptied out a hollow portion in the heel of their shoe and, had put nails on both shoes, like their shoes had been restitched, right?
Mhm.
You take it to what do they call a shoe person?
A cobbler?
Yeah, cobbler, thank you. And it basically looked like they had redone it, and it was the nails that were being picked up. It was picking up the tone, right? When
Right.
actually it was the coins that they were sticking in the heel. They eventually um, passed his shoes through a radiated device, and seen that there were coins in there, and had some really fascinating errors. So crazy, crazy stuff. $1,000,000 Meg SkyQuest. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys seeing coming in here, gals, I should say, coming in, visiting, hanging out with us.
I'm looking at all my large cents now, see if I can see a punched over date.
Well, there's so many out there. Um, you need to know what you're looking for, right? And this is again, it's really important to look at a couple things. Number one, and I've talked about this. I think I talked about this last weekend. Um, when you're doing searches for coins, whether it be looking for cents, whether it be looking through quarters or nickels, set yourself up for success, right? Take your mint marks, your dates, and separate them. If you're doing 1950s, put the P, D, and S in separate columns, and then go through all of the S at one time.
Yep.
That way, you're looking at 1950s. That way, when you have your resources up, you have the 1, 2, 3, or 4 that are being displayed, and you can get familiar with the die pairs very quickly. You can be looking for certain things on that particular die, and then very quickly you can identify whether those things are an issue. If you look at what happens when Eric and Chuck Daughtry, um, what is that?
It's an over date.
Hold on just a second. Pull that up.
So during the Civil War, in order for the Confederate, what they would do is to make it their currency instead of the Union's current currency, they would stamp over it with a date and put their regiment number for the Confederate. And so they would overstamp these to make it the South's coinage instead of the North's coinage, even though this is 1837.
Yeah, see, those kind of things are cool. I don't
That's
so
nothing to do with mint, but they
say
are
again?
cool. It's nothing to do with the mint, but that's just some cool history with these large cents.
So officially, it's a damaged coin,
Correct.
right? So if you're looking at the official definition, it's a damaged coin,
Yep.
but it's the history behind it that makes it the collectible,
Exactly.
right? And understanding the history. And this is where numismatists come in, right?
Yeah.
Not just your normal run of the mill people who like to just hold on to coins, your hoarders, but actual numismatists actually look at the date, look at the relevant, look at the cultural
Come on.
significance.
Focus.
What's up?
Come on, focus.
Washington State Jags fan. Okay, good to see who that is. I'm still struggling with having two prescriptions.
There
Reading
we go.
sometimes gets wonky. Flowing hair?
Now this is the bow. Yeah, it's the larger. This is 1796.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish it was the flowing hair. So you have the two different ones from 1796. You have the Drake bust, and then you have the Liberty cap. These are the Liberty cap. He's got the little Liberty cap sitting right there. It looks like a bow, but it's actually a cap.
Yeah, I'm missing that one in my in my large sense. My
Yeah,
large sense and my half sense. I don't have any of the half cents. I need both of them.
um, I need the early ones, but then you start talking even in poor grades, $1,000 a piece on those.
Yeah, I need even in the lower grade, I just need one of each half cent so that I can do uh I can fill this typeset book. Right? That's the big one. And then I need two large dates, and I'll have to see if I can find
Come
what
on.
large dates they are. I don't have. Oh, actually, I got my book right here. I forgot I was looking at this.
Maybe not enough light. There it goes.
That's a good specimen.
It's also a good date. If I can get it to stay in focus. There you go.
37,
Nope.
57.
57. What else did they make in 57? What other penny?
Oh, that's right. The flying cent.
Yep. So this is a low mintage coin because they went from the large cent to the small cent that year. So there was only 333,000 made. So
Oh,
almost
wow.
just 250,000 or a little over 250,000. And then like that 76, there's only 100,000 of those made, that 1796. And then you get down to like the chain cent and stuff, you only got 36,000. And then, whatever else has even survived, so that number is even lower. Yeah, I have to go back through those and look for some of those error things.
Yeah, you need to go through. We need to get on a stream one day and just look through
That'd
some
be
of these
fun.
old coins.
Yeah, because like I said, I went to go sell this one yesterday, and I went like this, and I realized, man, I've got a major rotation on that 1829, so I'm going to hold on to that one.
Yeah, here's the you were just talking about. Whoops, I don't know if this is going to work or not with this screen.
Yep, there's a flying eagle.
That's that 1858.
That's the 8. Yep. I'd like to have a 56.
Wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
There's not very many of those, though.
Yeah, it's about 26 grand, 25 grand for, some of the poorer quality ones.
When you get something that's AG and it's $40,000,
Yep.
it's like, wow, just
Yeah.
unreal. Unreal. Yeah, I need the Drake bust, classic head. Those are the only two large cents I have left that I need to get for my my book, and then I need all of the half cents. I don't have any half cents, but I've got.
I was answering Jeff Davis. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that was a common practice during the Civil War. It was an 1837 large cent. It was stamped with 1866, and it could have just been a soldier afterward doing it. It was just disgruntled. Yeah, it's hard to say what they were thinking at the time, but was a very common practice. Same thing with all the love tokens, you know.
Oh yeah, those were done by local businesses to draw
Mhm.
people in as form of payment, and people would see it. So again, or advertisement, not payment,
Yeah.
advertisement. But yeah, yeah, those are cool. My wife's not a fan of me having those.
My ex was not a fan of me liking coins, period.
Well, my first wife, God bless her, wasn't a fan of me having anything when she divorced me.
Yeah. Yep.
So when I came back from my business trip, I came home to a mattress on the floor and a note on the counter, and everything else had been burned, destroyed, sold, melted. I
Uh,
had I had old artwork, probably 50, $60,000 worth of artwork.
well,
Probably now, fortunately, some of my coins were still with my granddad. I gave them back to my granddad when I went
uh,
into the Navy. So a lot of them were still with him.
mhm,
So a lot of my older coins were done,
yeah.
but gemstones, I had I had an original Millennium Falcon
Mhm.
in the box for
Wow.
Star Wars. I had two Imperial, the no Emperor guards, the ones with
Mhm.
the red
Yep.
unopened in their packages. I had an original 3CPO and R2D2 still in their packages, and she donated them to Goodwill.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, she
She had
was
no idea what value she had was set.
mildly vindictive. Oh no, those things now were like
Oh,
50,
yeah.
60, $70,000. So yeah,
I
she
might
was a
sell
peach.
you yeah, I have a 1983 in the original box, Luke Skywalker with the snowsuit.
Oh, from Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
Does he have the pistol?
Yeah, yes, the box is about this big. You know, it's never been opened.
The key is the pistols, because sometimes those pistols would come out of the packaging and fall out.
Oh, wow.
So making sure that they have the pistol.
I'll have to look at that.
So yeah, I used to collect. After that, I just was like, I can't.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
kinda
trying to do
heartbreaking.
that anymore. Um, but we learn things through things, and I learned a lot of lessons in that time frame. A link to my Dansko album. Oh, hold on. He did a short, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that in.
Ouch, ancient stacker, yeah. Life hard. We all go through awful stuff, guaranteed.
You know, I don't understand. Well, I take that back. I do understand it. And it's they want some of it is money, right? Some of it is about money, but
Mhm.
a lot of it is more about I'm going to hurt them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's not, and people are like, "Oh, well, it was just about the money." Now, my ex-wife, when I sold my house, because when we bought our house together, I
uh
bought the house for 140,000, sold it for 284. Right, it was just before the market crashed
Mhm.
in 2007,
Yeah.
and was it 2000? Yeah, 2006, 2007, 2008, right? And the housing market popped just before that big bubble popped. And I had sold the house. The house was up. There was a big boom. She had the audacity to come back and tell me she wanted money for the sale of the house. And I was like, your portion of that doesn't even pay for the collectible stuff you threw away. No, you ain't getting anything. Sorry.
Yep.
Um, but it was about hurting me. She
Yeah.
was in a bad place.
Yeah.
There were other issues,
Yeah.
like, uh, she had, been driving down the road, a kid on a skateboard skated in front of her. It was a 45-mile-an-hour road, came out from behind a fence. She had no notice, no warning.
Yeah.
He came out and killed him instantly. Um, and from there on out, she was never the same person.
No, that would definitely be
Everything was somebody else's issue. And so
breaking.
I've forgiven, forgot. Well, I haven't forgot. I
Yeah.
forgave.
Exactly.
But again, there were other things that just, you know, you don't know why people do certain things, but I'm going to tell you that if you knew why they did it, you would be just as messed up as they were.
Oh, well, one of the discoveries of myself that I've discovered was how much fear is what motivates us in doing the wrong things, making mistakes. If you really get down to the core of it, everything is about fear. You're afraid someone's going to take something from you. You're afraid that, like if you're angry, the core of that is usually fear.
Yep.
Underneath all of that, that's what drives, fear, then creates anger, then you go out to attack them. That's and until you start dealing with your own fears and start really ranking them in order of reality, like, is this really something I need to be afraid of or not? You have to go through and work through your life that way, and you start realizing a lot of the stuff that motivates us in the wrong direction. You just go, no, that's not, that's not true. You just call it out what it is and tell it, it's a lie. You don't let it control you anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody else is this way. I was this way for many years. Is I would work myself up into a frenzy
Mhm.
by telling myself all the potential ways something might happen
Yep.
without there even being an inkling that there was even a chance that might occur.
Yep. And so what caused all that? Fear.
Fear. Yeah, well, insecurity within myself. I
Fear.
wasn't happy. I wasn't in the right place. Um, I'm much more stable. I know who I am. I know
Mhm.
what I am now.
Right.
Um, Good family life, excellent wife. I'm blessed my socks off with this wife.
Yeah.
I say this wife, that sounds absolutely terrible. But her and I have an agreement that if we're going to get divorced, we'll just kill each other. three's, three's enough. We don't need any more of this chaos.
It's going to be a murder suicide. We're going out together.
Supreme Ginger Stacker, thanks for coming in. Hey,
Uh,
again, it's about security and being comfortable in your own skin.
yeah, exactly.
It
Yep.
really is. You know, people are like, well, if they just loved me, well, if you just loved yourself,
And that is hard to do.
yeah,
That to get down to that and be able to learn how to do that. And yeah, there's a lot of psychological part of it. I think that's the reason why a lot of us ended up in the coin community together and why we hit it off so well because a lot of us have the same experiences and stuff like that. And then we discovered collecting and coins, and we're like, hey, we're all a mess. Let's have fun.
one thing that I found when I first came in, you remember I was doing the interview series.
Uh huh.
So I was interviewing people that had been around for a long time, Salivate Coin Crew, and I was interviewing people that were brand new. And I
Uh-huh.
did a lot of interviews that never made it to the air because the videos just they sucked. The interview was great, but the videos just sucked. So they
Yeah.
never actually made it to the air. But one thing I found in having discussions and anxious stackers in here. So anxious, I'm going to call you out a bit. one, because I'm proud as hell of you. Um, but two, because I started to understand something in having discussions with a couple people. And I really reached out to Anxious when I found out his story.
Mhm.
So Anxious is a recovering addict and turned his attention to collecting and coins and stuff like that to keep his mind
Yep.
from going back into that, right? We have
You can't
people that are drinking that
think.
have stopped doing that. We have people that have had relationship woes and stuff like that. People who have had suicidal tendencies who have come into the hobby and joined into this community. Unfortunately, we've lost a few really good people due to that over the last couple of years. Some of them before I came in. Uh,
Mhm.
but what I found what I found in my way through this was we all have very similar stories,
Oh, yeah.
right? Now, I'm not a recovering addict, but there's plenty of things that I have addictive tendencies with. So I can definitely relate and understand kind of what they're going through. But being sober and being clean, 5 years. I mean, that's
That's freaking
amazing.
awesome.
It's not a little feat. I'm
No.
proud as hell of this dude, right? That's a lot of hard work. That's a lot of having to stop and be happy with yourself and say, I am not going to do this,
Yeah.
right? That's determination. That's grit. Anxious stacker actually is going to be, if you watched now, anxious, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not going to blow out too much information here, but there was somebody of some clout that just showed a roll of something, something like that in a short here the other day, wasn't it?
Kinda
It,
sounds like
it
someone's gonna be a content provider.
didn't somebody provide something to somebody about something that may or may not have taken a little while to collect? Anyway,
They'll probably say,
you
I know nothing.
yeah,
I
he's
can
like, "I don't know what
tell
you're
you right
talking
now."
about. I have been told to plead the fifth." But what I'm saying is keep an eye out for Anxious Stacker, keep an eye out for that, listen for that name. There's a couple big names that, took notice of what he's done, and so you're gonna be seeing some stuff come down the pike. It's not me. I have nothing to do with it, not even in that realm, but, just pay attention to that 'cause, again, really, really proud of Anxious. He's done a great job, really jumping in with this community. He's almost done. Yeah. Yep. Well, you're not the only one, but there's but anyway, yeah, you're doing some good stuff. So keep up the good work. I'm proud of this dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to get out of here.
The
I've
church
got to
time be calling.
yeah, definitely. So gotta get out there and serve and love people and have a great time.
All right. We'll tell the boy Frosty said hi.
All right, sounds good. Little ringer, we'll say hi too.
All right.
All right, bye guys. Love you
We'll
all.
see you.
Great day. See you later.
Thanks for coming up, Ray.
You're welcome.
All righty. Well, that was fun. I always like it when Ray comes up. Ray's a great guy. Anybody else want to come up and hang out, chit chat, visit, do whatever? I'm actually going to change that. I do not. I think that's much better. I don't want to have to see my raspberry face anymore. But if anybody wants to come up and do some chit chatting, again, please feel free to do so. I will let you know there's a couple things coming down the pike. If you haven't already seen, um, yeah, I'm getting ready for church. Or I would, yeah, no worries. I know there's a lot of people getting ready for church right now. So again, no big deal. I appreciate you guys coming up. How do you do that and not show the stream? Uh, I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about the StreamYard thing up here? So I pay for my StreamYard. That's why you don't see the StreamYard. So if I come over here and I click on my branding, I'll throw my branding up here in the corner. So you're talking about this goofy duck? Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, I hate that freaking thing. So if that's what you're referring to, I need to know, should I I'm assuming say use that Dansko album? I don't think you should, me. I think you should set that aside. Um, Congrats on your gold and silver win yesterday. Gold and silver win. Did I win something? uh Help me remember what I put in for. Um I was kind of down and out yesterday. I spent a little time with one of the boys, and again, the stuff. Oh, yeah, I totally missed it. Um, I need to reach out to him. I was not feeling well and totally missed that stream. Uh, the I My eyes. So again, going back to the eye issue, I have a problem being on the computer too long. Like you'll see me bringing the glasses down and bringing them up. Um, this I can see with. This I can't. Now, the computer is at the distance where my vision, so if I scoot back a little bit, I can read pretty well without doing this, but I need the glasses to be able to see the text. The problem is that my eyes fight each other right now until I have the other eye done. So I get headaches really bad, and I'll probably get them for the next couple weeks while my eyes continue to fight each other. So every once in a while, I need to sit down. The 20th, did I win the final prize? Holy smokes. I'm in fear of dance albums now that Eisenhower is going to be my first album. Yeah, don't fear for that, me. I think so. Dance albums by themselves are collectibles, but that's actually like an error album, right? It has the outer side. So for those of you that don't understand what we're talking about, when you have a typeset book, this is not a Dansco, on the inside, it gives you information on the Dansco about the type of book it is. Now I'm showing a green book in front of a green screen, so it disappears unless it's right in front of me. But there's text here. So his Dansco album says Ike dollars, but on the inside, it's a Walking Liberty $half insert that talks about the coin. And so I don't think that he should. I don't think that he should be utilizing it. Olin won the 2/10. Gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to reach out. I didn't know about that. Probably a looking for the Libertad. Yeah, I would love to have a Libertad Dansco album. That's one that I would like to have, Ray. But anyway, I don't think if you use it, then that's fine. Just put something in it to let you know or remind you or somebody else that there's something different about that book. So I would create like a page insert or something to go in there to let people know that, that it's an error Dansco, right? Dansco don't make books anymore. This is done, long gone. This has been an error for a very long time. It's not the same as what Ringmaster A showed in his, which was they put the wrong inserts in. That's an easy solution. They can just be changed out. Anybody could do that. That actual documentation on the inside of the book is put there by Dansco. It's not something that's been put there after the market. So I would keep it, right? I think that's a collectibles item. Anybody who collects Dansco albums probably would like to have that. So I think it's a unique item. I would keep it. Go ahead and throw your Ikes in there. not a big deal. Just make sure you put some documentation in there to remind you that it's there so that you don't forget about it and sell the book or something and then give away this cool little Dansko Air memorabilia. Siren Silver Stash, thank you for coming in. If I've missed anybody coming in, I apologize. I've not been keeping up with chat as much as I should have. Let's see, is there anybody that I'm missing? I said hi to SkyQuest, Ginger Stanster, Farm Dog, me. Looks like I've got most everybody. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody. But again, um, I think you should. I think you should keep it. Now, do you need to buy a new one? Uh, it's up to you. Just take care of the one you have. That's the big thing. Um, Chris G, I think it was halfway and third quarter you won plus an ounce. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to reach out to Peg. I was not aware that I had won anything, so I'll watch out the. I have one with the proof as well. Same issue. Me, does it have the same issue, or do you have? Is it just the Ike proof? Yeah, because if there is, maybe there's an issue with the Ikes. I'll have to go back. I haven't done any research on that to be able to see. We'll put that image up there. That's better than looking at that coin. Actually, I can just probably remove that and come back up here. All right. So we've got about 30 minutes or so to Coin Crew, their auction. So we've got a little bit of time. If anybody wants to come up and just do some chit chatting, please come on up. If there's anybody that's doing a series or something that they want to talk about, then holler at me and let me know. We can look at that. I do want to say that for those of you who haven't been looking at or paying attention to my shorts. Yeah, that's what they were just saying. I did not know. I was having issues yesterday between skin and my headache from my eyeballs. I tried to rest and stay in the dark because my eyes were really bothering me yesterday. So I didn't make it into the stream. So no, you can never win too much gold. Me, that is a fallacy. Um, but anyway, for those of you who haven't been following, I'm increased my shorts to try and increase the number of shorts that I'm doing. I'm really working on quality, trying to put out some better ones. But I'm going to be putting out a new series starting, I think, Wednesday. Let me see, Tuesday or Wednesday morning. I think it's going to be Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock. And it's going to be Frosty's. What is it called? Hold on. I started doing these, and these are going to be things that you can find in Pocket Change or things that people have found in Pocket Change and that are worth money. Now, some of these are going to be higher grades, so you're not going to find an MS-67, you know, 1993 Denver full bands, Rosie Dime, but you could find a full band Rosie Dime from 1993 Denver that could fetch some good money, $100 or so. So I'm starting to do some more information where it's more practical stuff that you can be looking for in change, as well as keeping up with the numismatic piece. So the videos are going to be more numismatic. We're going to be talking more about the coins. We're going to be talking about the processes. We're going to be looking at varieties and errors. We're going to be looking at planchet issues. I've got probably next weekend or the weekend following. I've got a series of planchets that I got from the Durbans that are dime and cent planchets. Be talking about the types of planchets that they are, kind of what's going on. So you understanding issues within planchets. So that's going to be something that's going to be coming up here soon. Talking really just more about the numismatic process, understanding the coins and the history, but just everything numismatic. Whereas my shorts are going to start doing things where there is going to be numismatic information, uh, talking about coins, but things you can find in pocket change, things where if you're looking at doing a penny roll hunt or you're looking at doing some things or looking for dimes, looking for nickels or whatnot, what are some of the things that you can be looking for? What are those things that you can put on your top list? And I'm going to be putting a playlist together specifically for them. So my oops, I clicked on the wrong one. Let me get there. The playlist that I'm starting, let me get to content real quick. Get into my dashboard. The playlist that I'm starting is called Frosty's Pocket Change Potentials. Okay. And what that's going to be is it's going to be coins that you can be looking through. For instance, the very first one or the second one I think that I'm going to be releasing is the 1993 Denver Rosie Dime. Okay. If they 1993 wasn't synonymous with really good reverses. So if you can find a 1993 D with full band lines, and I show you what the full band lines are, what to look for, I give you the little circles there, and then show like an MS67, that's like a $1,500 coin. And that is something that you absolutely can find. So if you're looking for certain things, these are common things that you can absolutely look for. So I'm going to be creating a series of shorts. I've started. They're going to be almost all the same format. They're going to be the music's going to change a little bit on it, but they're going to be 30 seconds, 35 seconds long. They're going to be just quick information, tidbits. If you're looking for something, or if you want, hey, I'm going to be looking through a penny hunt. Can you do 5 good pennies in the 2000 range? And bam, I'll knock them out and I'll throw them out there for you. It'll be a week long. That'll be the 5 videos that get released during the week. So if you're going to be looking at those things, let me know. I'll be building those. I want to generate a really nice, solid library. When the library starts to get big, we'll separate those into pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, halves, things of that nature. Because I want to really provide you guys a quick 30-second, 40-second video. Hey, I'm looking through 1930s. Okay, boom, there's the 30 set. You can look through it. These are the items that you want to look for. Hey, I'm looking through 1995 cents. These are the things you're going to want to be looking for, right? Look at the reverse. Make sure you don't have one that has the dime reverse. That is a $22,000 coin, right? So putting those things together, trying to do that for you guys, because I really want to make my site a good resource. I reference a lot of really good channels, but I want to start making my channel one of those resources that people come to. I had somebody tell me the other day that people are starting to look at me more as a bank of knowledge. I want to be a pillar in this community. I want to be able to have a site where people can look for information and find it. So I'm hoping that this Frosty's Pocket Change Potentials is a playlist that you guys will go look at, check it out. Again, it's going to be one video every day. Some of them for the next little while are probably going to be other things that I'm still working on solidifying. But I'm pretty much going to be rolling these out for the next foreseeable future. So you're going to see a lot of shorts coming from me that look like they're the same, but watch the content. The content is going to be different. Within the first 5-6 seconds, you're going to be able to tell what the item is that we're going to be looking at. And then it's all going to be talking about the 1 or 2 items you need to look for and what the potential value is. Now notice the values are always going to be the high end. You got to do the attention grab, right? To be able to keep people interested. But it should be something fun. Anxious, man. You need to drink some water, brother. 1993 Denver, Rosie dime. And what you're looking for is you're looking for higher grades, but when you look at the reverse, you're going to be looking for full bell lines. Let me pull up a picture real quick. I actually have one right here. Uh, that is not full bell lines. Let me find the one with full bell lines. All right, all right, all right. Here is the dime. Let me share my screen real quick. All right, so here's the dime. It's going to take just a second to load because there's something in this that just seems to take forever. Come on. Have I told you guys that StreamYard is frustrating the crap out of me? Let me remove it. Let me load it back in. Come on. Show up, dagnabbit. Why are you not showing up? Full bands. Yes, I'm about to show you EMR what full bands means. If this picture ever shows up, what is going on? There it is. Okay. Holy smokes, that took a long time. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in here. Now, what you're looking for full bands, okay? I want to keep an eye on the time. Is see these lines right here? These two lines have to show separation between the bands. Okay? Needs to be all the way across. There cannot be any breaks inside of this. They have to be all the way across. And then they need to run all the way down the length. You can't have any breaks in here. So you need these ones. The side ones over here are okay, but it needs to be these 5, and then it needs to be these 2. So what you're looking for is you're looking for a torch that has full torch. And again, this is the 1993 Denver. Okay. They're not known for having excellent quality. And so this is one of those things that you're definitely going to want to look for. So as you're looking through dimes or as you're looking through these things, what I want to be able to do is I want to generate a good source, a good resource, and I'm going to be hammering these out. I made 3 or 4 videos this morning. I'll probably take a couple-hour break, come back, support Coin Crew as a mod for a little while, and then come back in and just pump out a bunch more of these. Because what I want to do is I want you guys to be able to look real quick reference. What is it that I need to look at? These are the items I need to look for. This is what this looks like. And then, yeah, see this again. Min sets, there's all sorts of places you can look for this. But these are things that you can actually find in Pocket Change. If you go get a roll of dimes, you're doing searches, and you happen to get a roll of 93s, man, you had better pay close attention to the reverses. And if you have one, hopefully the coin's in really good shape. To find a BU coin here, let me pull up the PCGS on this. 1993 Roosevelt dime PCGS listing. Okay, and I'm going to come over here and throw this over here. Let me take StreamYard over here so I can see what I'm doing on StreamYard. So if you're looking at, so here's the digits. So if you get a 65, it's only $60. But if you're hitting that in 66, or you come over here to 67, that's $1,500. Now, are you going to be finding an MS65 in Pocket Change? Probably not. But if you find a dime in 63, 64, you're finding a 20, 30, $40, $50 coin, right? So if you can find what's in really good shape, these are little things that, I mean, you can, man, think about this. You find an MS64, you sell it for $25, you have an ounce of silver, right? So, or you just save this one. If you can find one in higher grades, then do it. I mean, obviously, right? But again, these are what you're looking for. So this is the quick little tidbits. again, we're talking about videos that are going to be 30 seconds long, right? If there's going to be more information that needs to happen, you may find something that's going to be, 40, 50 seconds, but not much over 45, 50 seconds. I'm going to try and keep them between 30 and 40 seconds with an average of about 30, 34 seconds. So be paying attention to that. Um, so go back in here and check for chat, see if I missed anything. Did you get a highlighted message? Um, if you're going to tag somebody, you have to use the @ sign. So and then as you start to type in their name, as long as they've been entering into chat, they should be taggable. So if you do @Sturika, right, STU, then Sturika came in, said hi Sturika, how are you? And then they'll come up, and then you just click on them, and then they'll show up. 7 Stacks, hey, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being in here. Um, but anyway, so be looking forward to this. And then if you're a numismatic a fan, if I know we got a lot of stackers in here, but if you're a numismatic fan and you like collecting, there's a video being dropped Wednesday that is about the 1873 3-cent nickel. Now, this one holds special place in my heart because I was born in 1973, so this coin was 100 years old when I was born. Plus, it's an oddball because it's a 3-cent nickel, right? It's a trickle. And so it's an oddity. And so I'm going to be going ahead and doing that. So I'll be dropping that video. It'll come out at 4 or 5 o'clock on Wednesday. So pay attention to that because that will be coming out and should be something. It's only like a 3-minute video. So like, share, and subscribe, do those kind of things. Really, and that stuff, again, it does help the channel a ton. The views and the thumbs up are the things that really help. I really, I'm sitting at, let me pull up I've got like 1,400 hours to be able to get monetized. But in order to get my super chats and my memberships, I'm only at about, let's see, YouTube Studio, where am I at? 1,127 subs. Oh, I just got a sub, and I'm on Nightbot, so, or I'm on the other one, so it doesn't show up. I'm sitting at about 2,500 hours, so I need 560, 540 hours still to be able to get that monetization. So again, views really help, and if you can turn on the stream, put it on my lives, and then let it just run. That would be very appreciated. I think by doing these live streams every weekend, I'm hoping to be able to get there before November. The mid-November is when my cycle changes. It starts to kind of that rolling year starts over because I came in November of last year. So I'm almost at that year mark. I believe I'll be able to get that early monetization done before then. I don't know that I'll be able to get that 1,400, 1,500 hours prior to November without some additional help. So I'm going to try and work on ways to do that and continue to do some streams. So I would really appreciate any kind of support in that regard. But again, y'all, thank you for being here. There's 20 amazing people in the stream right now. I thank you so much for being a part of this, for coming along and supporting with me, the channel, seeing the growth, providing good quality feedback. Again, keep an eye out for this dime, right? This is something that you guys can go through. You go buy a soda or something, you get some change, look at it. Hopefully you guys find something. If you find something that you found out on my channel, please let me know. Put it in my community tab. Tag me in a post. If you make a short about it, please tag me. I'd love, love, love to hear about it. Happy Chappy, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. We got just a few more minutes before we start to send everybody over to Coin Crew. I'm going to break about 10 minutes beforehand, let everybody get their coffee, get a break, do what they need to do. If I can have one of my moderators reach over and grab that live stream and start throwing that in, I would greatly appreciate that. Farm Dog's been here the whole time. Farm Dog, I appreciate you being here. Me, thank you for moderating. Freaking awesome. You're a stud. Thank you guys so much. Siren Silver Stash, I appreciate you so much for coming in and mod for me. I appreciate all you guys do. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you all for the just the generosity you guys show my channel. Uh, it's a lot of fun to be able to do this for people. It's a lot of fun to be able to go through and find things that people want to do. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Okay, I really do take um, your considerations. I think it was Siren that asked for the whizzing video. So I made it, and just a couple days later, I had it up. So if there is something that you guys want to see, if there is a specific item that you're looking for, please let me know. I really, really, really welcome any kind of tips or things. You hit 400 subs today, Chappie. Congratulations. That's a good milestone. You'll be there before too long. Put out content, right? Content is the big thing. Make sure you're doing shorts. If you guys want subs, you should be doing a short a day or 2 shorts a day. If you want to get really ambitious, do 3 shorts a day, but a short a day, right? Do it religiously. And get into that algorithm. Start doing it. Start doing it at the same time. If you're going to do it in the morning, do it in the morning. Do it at the same time every time. That's really a good way to be getting subs. So, make sure you're doing that. Just sold a 2023 VDB cent on eBay for 83 bucks. Nice, Bo. That's pretty cool. Siren, thank you for throwing that in there. Appreciate that. Frank Mons, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here. But again, I wouldn't be here if it weren't you all. You guys are what makes my stream a possibility. You guys are what motivate me to put out better content, to put out better quality. Been working on, got me a microphone, right? Trying to do better quality. Started mixing my videos a little bit better. Trying to add better quality graphics. If you look at some of the graphics that I've been using, some of the animations and stuff that I'm trying to put in, really trying to improve the quality. If there is something that you guys want to see, right? Let me know. I don't care if it's, hey, explain the difference between uh, bullion and semi-numismatics, or explain the difference between numismatic and semi-numismatic. Done. I'll find a way to do it. There's a lot of other channels that have good information, and I can send you to them all day long. But I want to be a pillar in this community. I want to be able to be a source and be a reference for you all. You guys have shown me the kindness to come by and support me. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll be making those videos. Okay. So, all right. Well, Siren, if you can throw that link in one more time, we have about 10 minutes or so before Coin Crew goes live. So please go get yourself a cup of coffee, go use the restroom, stretch your legs, do whatever. Go over to Coin Crew. Please let them know that I sent you over. I do a lot to support that channel. Keith and Angel are absolutely amazing people. They've done a lot to support me. So I want to return the kindness and the love. So please let them know that Frosty sent you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being in the stream. Thank you for all the kindness. Thank you for the support. Anxious brother, I appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will see you later, and I'll see you probably tomorrow morning in IDA streams if I don't see you modding in Coin Crews here in a little while. Be well, be blessed. If you haven't already done so, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment in one of my videos, watch something later on. We will talk to you later. Thank you, David. Appreciate it so much. Have a great day. We are out.